One time I went axe throwing for the very first time on a first date. And I want to tell you the story because it's a little cray-cray. So I met this guy at a speed dating event and we decided to go on a first date. He wasn't my first choice, but I was like, he's a nice guy. I'll give him a chance. And, he seems like a good guy. And so he said, would you like to go dancing or would you like to go axe throwing? He gave me two options, which should have been my first red flag. So I live in the Sacramento area and it was in the summertime, like July, and it was supposed to be 110 degrees that weekend. And I was like, absolutely no dancing. Like it's way too hot to go dancing. So I picked axe throwing, which I'd never done before. So I get to the place and I text him to let him know I was there, assuming that there's like a bunch of people inside. So I wait in my car for a couple minutes, don't hear back from him. So I see a guy standing outside the axe throwing place. So I thought it was him. So I got out and started walking over there. And then all of a sudden I hear this super loud noise, like grinding sound, like, so I go, what the hell is that? That must not be my date. And I see the guy like leaning over a little bit. And I thought maybe he was texting me back or something. But then I realized that the guy was like sharpening an axe. That was the sound. It was like an electric axe sharpener that I was hearing. And I go, oh, that must not be my date. That must be somebody that works here. And then as I'm approaching the building, the guy looks up and he goes, oh, hey. And I go, oh my God, that's my date. He's sharpening an axe outside of the place. I go, holy crap, what's happening right now? Why is he sharpening an axe? So I go inside and this man had brought with him a big ass, like toolbox, like big ass box full of axes and sharpeners and God knows what else was in there. Like he brought a pile of his own axes to axe throwing. And I'm going, okay, this is my first time and this guy over here is a freaking professional or something, right? So he has to teach me how to throw an axe because I've never done it before. And literally it was like an hour and a half of mansplaining about how to throw an axe. And it was so uncomfortable because I'm over here, number one, I'm thinking, isn't there a movie called So I Married an Axe Murderer or something like that, right? And then number two, being mansplained to on a first date is not my idea of a good time. I don't know about you all, but it's not my idea of a good time at all. And he was like explaining the physics of it, like, oh, your wrist was a little, wobbly and the degree of the blah, 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 and the force of the whatever, the velocity and the whatever the hell that he was talking about. And I'm looking over here like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, this is not fun at all. It was so far from fun. And he just kept having me do it over and over again. Like, I thought we were going to play a game, right? Like, go back and forth and kind of like compete with each other or whatever, right? But no, it was me throwing the axe over and over again and practicing. And finally I was like, can you throw the freaking axe for once? Because my arm hurts and I would like to not do this anymore. So anywho, then he tells me that he has done axe throwing competitions. So he knew it was my first time and he had done competitions in axe throwing with his giant box of axes. And it was so incredibly uncomfortable. It was crazy. So being mansplained to and having to continually throw this axe over and over again and just practice and not have any fun with it was, I was so freaking grumpy, after a while. And so we finally just like sat down and started talking and just kind of trying to get to know each other and everything. And by this point, I'm so uncomfortable and I just want to get the hell out of there that I'm just like, I have my knee bouncing so fast because I'm just like, I just want to leave, I was so over it. So we finally wrap up. Oh, and the lady, it was only the two of us in there. It was not a packed house at all. It was just the two of us and the woman running the place or young woman. And she says at one point, she's like, I've never seen anyone bring their own axes before. Awkward. So I just had this super nervous energy because I was so uncomfortable the whole time. So he walks me out and number one, he doesn't walk me to my car. He walks us to his car and we say goodbye. And he says, maybe next time you'll have less nervous energy. And I'm thinking, there is not going to be a next time, sir. You know, what the hell? Why would you don't say that? That's just so crazy. Anyways, dating. I'm telling you what, I have so many stories. And I will tell them to you if you would like to hear them. Some people have said, tell us more dating stories. I'm going to start thinking of them. I wish I would have written them down because I have so many weird ass stories. And I could write a freaking book, and I wish I would have written them down, but I didn't. So I'm going to try to remember some more and so I can tell you because it's a wild world out there. Anyways, that's my story of dating a professional axe thrower and being mansplained to. Oh, and I have a video that I will tag on to the end of this of me throwing my axe and hitting a bullseye.